They say blood is thicker than water. But what happens when the very blood in your veins poisons you? My parents didn't just betray me, they sold my future. They handed me an envelope, not filled with love, not filled with dreams, but $400,000 worth of debt. They thought I would break. They thought I would crawl back to them. But they forgot one thing: daughters don't break. We rise. And when we rise, we burn every bridge built on betrayal. I was raised in a house where obedience was the only currency. Speak when spoken to. Obey without question. Family comes first. That night, dinner felt unusually warm. My mom had made my favorite, roasted chicken with garlic potatoes. Dad poured himself a glass of wine, laughing, asking me about work. It almost felt normal. Then, after dessert, he slid that envelope across the table. I remember my fingers trembling as I opened it. At first, I thought it was just paperwork from his business. Maybe he wanted my opinion. But as my eyes scanned the words, my heart froze. Promissory note, $200,000. Mortgage refinance, $150,000. Personal loan, $50,000. Every page had my name, my signature, my social security number. But I had never signed a single one. Dad, I whispered. What is this? He leaned back, casual, almost smug. It's family business, sweetheart. You're old enough now. Family takes care of family. My mother chimed in with that fake sweet tone she always used when she wanted me quiet. You'll be fine. It's not like you're poor. You'll pay it off eventually. It's just money. Just money? $400,000. My chest tightened. My vision blurred. And in that moment, I realized my parents didn't see me as their daughter. I was their insurance policy. I barely slept that night. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. The first thing I did was pull my credit report online. And that's when the true nightmare revealed itself. Not just one loan. Not two. But years worth of financial chains. Student loans I never applied for. Credit cards maxed out in my name. A mortgage I didn't know existed. My parents had been using me since I was 18. While I was in college stressing over exams, they were signing documents with my identity. I remembered all those times my father had told me, "Don't worry about mail, I'll handle it." Or when my mom had said, "Don't check the bank, it's too stressful for you." It all made sense now. Every favor, every time they insisted on handling my paperwork, every time they demanded I trust them. They weren't protecting me. They were stripping me bare. I confronted them the next morning. "Why?" I asked, tears in my eyes. "Why would you do this to me?" My father's face hardened. "Because you're our daughter. That means you carry our burdens." My mom's words were colder. "You should be grateful we trusted you enough to put everything in your name. Do you know how many children would die for parents who cared this much? Grateful? For being buried alive?" That night, sitting on my apartment floor with loan papers scattered around me, I realized my parents never loved me as a daughter. I was a resource, a tool, a shield, and I was done being their victim. The next morning, I took my first step toward freedom. I called the bank, froze my credit, placed fraud alerts with all 3 credit bureaus. Then I called a lawyer. When I explained the situation, he was silent for a moment. Then he said, "Miss, this isn't just financial fraud. This is identity theft. And the perpetrators are your parents." The word hit me like a hammer. Parents. The very people who raised me. But I wasn't going to back down. That week, I filed police reports. I collected every piece of mail, every forged signature. And slowly, I started to build my case. But my parents? They didn't stay silent. The calls started. At first, it was guilt. "Sweetheart, don't ruin this family. You're overreacting. It's just paperwork." When I didn't respond, the anger came. "You ungrateful child. After everything we've done for you, you owe us this. Without us, you'd be nothing." And then came the relatives. Cousins. Aunts. Even family friends. "You should obey your parents. They gave you life, now you should give them loyalty." But I ignored them all. Because for the first time in my life, I wasn't their puppet. Weeks passed. My lawyer uncovered everything. Dozens of documents, Years of lies. And then came the sentence I'll never forget. If we move forward, your parents could face prison time. For the first time in years, I felt powerful. When my parents realized I wasn't backing down, the panic began. The same people who once mocked me, laughed at me, dismissed me, now begged. "Don't do this," my mother whispered over the phone, voice trembling. "Think of our reputation," my father said, no longer smug, but desperate. "Think of what people will say. We're family." But I remembered. I remembered that envelope. I remembered the way they smiled while destroying me. And I chose revenge. Court dates, investigations, lawyers tearing through their lies. Every forged signature exposed. Every fraudulent loan revealed. Their faces went pale in the courtroom. Their voices cracked as they tried to justify it. But the truth was undeniable. They weren't victims. They weren't parents. They were criminals. By the end, their finances collapsed. Their reputation shattered. And me? I walked out stronger than I had ever been. Because family should protect you. Mine tried to bury me under $400,000 in debt. But I rose. And when I rose, I burned every bridge.